Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at Holy Wrath OTK Paladin, the Post-nerfs edition. So, Rastakhan's Rumble, second wave of nerfs, took equality up to 4 mana, and Holy Wrath Paladin is getting hit quite hard by that change, unfortunately. Equality up to 4 means that you can't do an early Pyromancer equality clear against aggressive decks, so your defensive capabilities are significantly weakened, and that of course affects the win rate of the deck. Furthermore, of course, the meta has changed because of nerfs to various cards, so what you're facing is a little bit different, and that can also affect the win rate of the deck. So I tried out a few versions of this deck. I tried out the one Holy Wrath versions, I tried out a little bit slower variants. Eventually I landed up on this build, and I believe this build is optimal for the current post-nerfs metagame. So this is a fast draw build, so there's double Flash of Light, there's double Potion of Heroism. There's just a lot of draw in this deck, but there is one small compromise from draw in that this deck doesn't have any Hammer of Wraths, and instead this deck is running one copy of Shrink Ray. Because with the equality being nerfed and your clears are getting a little bit less reliable, coming a little bit later, having access to Shrink Ray that can be used sometimes just on its own to turn the board into 1/1s, or in combination of course also with Pyromancer or Consecration for a nice board clear, just seems to make a lot of sense for this build. Also double Holy Wrath, so you can, in many matchups you can afford to use one Holy Wrath to deal some damage and draw, and the second Holy Wrath can be used with Shirvala for the 25 damage. Or sometimes you can do 2 Holy Wrath turns, 25 damage at the end of the game, and of course this deck still has access to the 4 Horsemen OTK. There is still Uther of the Ebon Blade, and you can bounce 3 Horsemen back to your hand. 1 with Zola the Gorgon, and 2, well, you can't really bounce them back to your hand, but you bounce them through your deck, because there's 2 Baleful Bankers. So you can bounce 2 Horsemen into the deck, and because this build has a lot of draw, you're able to find them fairly quickly. So overall 3 Horsemen can be copied, then you can play 3 Horsemen from hand, roll the hero power, you have the 4 Horsemen, and you win the game. This kind of build that focuses on that fast draw with double Potion of Heroism, double Flash of Light, doesn't have any extra bounces though, so if you are going to go for that Horseman OTK, you cannot spare a single bounce effect to bounce Shirvala back and forth a little bit, because they used to be these sort of middle ground builds that had Brewmasters, Bankers, Zola. They had a little bit of excess bounce effects, so you could also do Shirvala bounces while still going for the 4 Horsemen OTK, and that you cannot do with this one, but I still think that this is the approach that you need to take in order to make this archetype viable in the current metagame. So you have those couple of alternative win conditions. One is the 4 Horsemen OTK, and then there is the Shirvala Holy Wrath, either 25 damage in 1 turn or 50 damage with 2 Holy Wraths over 2 turns. A couple of alternatives how to end the game. This deck doesn't really have any other ways to end the game. There's simply no minion power here that would actually allow you to hit face. The only type of minion pressure that can win the game with this deck is that if you bounce some Shirvalas, you make copies of Shirvalas, and Shirvala is the minion that you use to pressure. But because this is a double Banker build, no Brewmasters, it's pretty hard to get that many Shirvalas out there in rapid succession either. The best you can do is usually like Shirvala, Zola the Shirvala, play the Shirvala again, and Banker the second Shirvala. So that gives you a board of Banker, Zola, 2 Shirvalas. But that's a fairly rare occurrence that can actually take the game. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're generally really looking for that draw. Christology, one of the best cards to keep. Another good draw card is the Prismatic Lens. These cards that do more than just cycle, that actually draw more cards for you. They are pretty good at the start. Other than that, it starts to depend on the matchup. So if you're facing a slow fatigue style matchup, something like an Odd Warrior, well, 50 damage from 2 Holy Wraths is not going to make a dent to Odd Warrior. So then you need the 4 Horseman OTK for that matchup. So for any kind of these slow matchups, you can keep Uther of the Ebon Blade in your mulligan. You can also keep Uther in your mulligan against a bit faster decks if it looks like, okay, you have some tools that you can delay the game, and then Uther can be the tool that gives you a lot of healing and helps you survive in the end. But solo keeping Uther against anything but the likes of Odd Warrior is not advisable. If you're against something faster, more aggressive, something like a Hunter, you also want to keep a Righteous Protector so it can get on the board on 1, so that you can start to challenge the board from the very beginning. That's more important now with Equality costing 4 mana, because those clears are not going to come very quickly. When you're being the defender facing a board-centric deck, Pyromancer is a good keep, and Equality and Consecration still remain good cards to keep in order to defend yourself. So card draw, Uther when you have the opportunity, or if it's a matchup that requires the 4 Horseman OTK, and appropriate removal. That's what you're really looking for in your mulligan. And after that you do your best to stay alive, cycle through your deck, get to your win condition, win the game. There are lots of things that you can do, for example with the Pyromancer. If you have Pyromancer, if you have Coin, Potion of Heroism especially, it gives Pyromancer Divine Shield, and then of course Pyromancer will do the AoE effect, but this actually gives the Pyromancer 1 extra health, so that you can do a little bit more with that Pyromancer. Pyromancer combos, defensive minions, aptly timed timeouts, board clears with Consecrations, Equalities, using Kangor to heal up, Kangor, Flash of Light for example, playing spells so that you discount your Shirvala, using Shirvala to heal. If you need Shirvala to win the game, remembering not to leave it vulnerable but to keep bouncing or making copies of it. And then finally the kill with either Holy Wrath or 2 Holy Wraths or the 4 Horsemen. That's the strategy of the Holy Wrath Paladin. The deck is not quite as strong as it was before the nerfs, but actually when I came up with this build, I'm quite happy with it. It's definitely not tier 1 right now, but maybe tier 2, tier 3. Overall it is a deck that can win more than half of its games, even though it's not a deck for easy climbing. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And you also have the option to join the channel as a paid member on YouTube. And now, let's go take a look at Holy Wrath Paladin in action after the Equality nerf. I might pick some cards like these. Let's give this a try. I must remember wrong. Well, we'll see. He kept 2 cards. He is a Secret Paladin. He most certainly is a Secret Paladin. Alright. Well, that's all fine and good. We draw some cards, because I like cards. And we'll see where we go from here. 8 cards in hand. What is his line? Ooh, a secret. I mean, I could of course do Pyro, Coin, Potion of Heroism here. But is this board threatening enough to do that? 9 cards in hand. But I can't do Pyro, Coin, Equality yet. But if I do Pyromancer and Coin and that's redemption, this one comes back, then the juggler will juggle again. Oh, that's risky too. So would I just play a Crystalsmith Kangor? Juggler will get a juggle. That's actually a really interesting position. A really interesting one. I think I'll just play a Novice Engineer for now. 9 cards in hand. This is acceptable. I don't want to coin the Crystology, I think I need the coin. He could play a Corpse Taker, of course. Corpse Taker and push a little bit. Okay, now Corpse Taker has that Wind Fury. So if I time out this turn, there's still a risk involved with Pyro, Coin. Because if it's Redemption, this one comes back and that one could hit the Pyromancer. But this one could deal so much damage. If this one is Blessing of Kings, then it deals 14, 15, 16, 17. I go down to 7. Can I survive that? If I play Crystology, I get Engineer. No. I don't think it's time to time out yet. I think it's time to play these minions. There could be a Blessing of Kings for the Corpse Taker. And that can be a problem. But if there's Blessing of Kings, there's not much else. So if he goes all phase, then I will still have that stuff out there. That's interesting. And he protects the Divine Shield. That's a good plan. But now the Juggler is the first to die. So I should be fine, right? I can do Pyromancer, Coin, Equality. This will die first. If it comes back, it doesn't knife from itself. So Pyro, Coin, Equality is going to work wonders here. Unless that's... no, it can't be Repentance. I played minions last turn. I have the alternative to simply time out. If I time out, next turn I would have a bit access to 7 mana. That doesn't make anything better, really. No, it's Pyro, Coin, Equality. If there's a Redemption, then the Juggler comes back. But that does not matter. Juggler can't juggle from itself. Alright, so it was not... ooh, but another Corpse Taker. That's scary stuff. So if there's a buff for this, but now there's no Wind Fury anymore. So he has drawn the 2-3. So 7, 8 damage. I might take 8 here. If I take 8... but I'm guaranteed at least 1 Righteous Protector from the Crystology. So I don't have to time out yet. I can do Crystology. I'm guaranteed at least 1 Righteous Protector, but I hit 2 Righteous Protectors. Let's play those. I can Flash of Light my face a little bit to draw even more cards. So this gives me even more cards. There's still 1 Equality, 1 Shrink Ray in the deck. I've seen 1 Knife Juggler. Oh, now I would need a Pyromancer to beat all these Divine Shields though. Can't beat all of those Divine Shields without a Pyromancer. Pyromancer? What can I do? So that's all the Defense Matrix or Noble Sacrifice or an Eye for an Eye. I probably want to go with the Pyromancer here. And do I want to get Pyromancer back into my hand? No, I don't think I do. So, but Pyromancer, Potion of Heroism, Potion of Heroism. Kills all of this stuff. Except for this one. So I think I want to try to attack into it. It's either Noble Sacrifice or it's all the Defense Matrix. I know that much already. Okay. I also have the option to do Prismatic Lens into timeout. That might actually be okay. Let's do Prismatic Lens into timeout. I guess this might be fine. Now he might play some buffs on these, which could prevent Pyromancer from getting things done. That's a lot of cards, obviously. So there's good refill coming after this one. I have some bankers, I have a Zola, Auto defense matrix also prevents healing quite nicely. So it has to be Pyromancer, Potion of Heroism. Potion of Heroism. Pyromancer, Potion of Heroism. Holy Wrath. That could also be a redemption, I mean repentance. But I still think I'll go with this fellow first. And then we give it Divine Shield to start with. That was a redemption, okay. So now I could also do Holy Wrath Face. And then another Potion of Heroism. That's an option. I think we'll give that a try. Another Potion of Heroism to draw even more stuff. Okay, so now there was no auto defense matrix, but there can be an auto defense matrix next. But I could go in with 2 Shervalas. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 mana. He's at 25 and he's not healing, so once I get through my deck, 1 Baleful Banker will get the job done. I haven't seen a lot of secrets yet, so I expect more secrets to come. He might even find an eye for an eye. And he still has the buffs left, so there's 1 more Wind Fury minion. How do you feel about these newest decks, Secret Paladin, Wall Priest and Odd Control Mage? Secret Paladin is solid. Hydrologist secret, so can be anything. So how do I do this one now? I have not found Uther yet. Do I want to go for any kind of Shervala plays yet? Do I want to use another timeout? 5 cards in the deck. I would probably need to get a hit on his face before the Holy Wrath in the end. Because this one costs just 2. Well, then I can't do Shervala first. And I kind of could. No, that's not good enough. I think I'm going to Prismatic Lens here. Yeah, there are no more minions left in the deck, of course. I can do Novice Engineer. And then I can do Timeout. I think this is fine. There's an Equality and there's a Shrink Ray left in the deck. Hi, Odinfu. More secrets. More and more secrets. I have not found the Equality, I have not found the Consecration.
Reporting for duty.
I mean, the Shrink Ray. So is this turn an Equality Consecration turn? It could be. How scared am I of the secrets? There could be like Auto Defense Matrix and Noble Sacrifice. I guess this is Equality Consecration anyway, though. Equality Consecration. So there's a Redemption. And more secrets. But the Juggler lives. This can potentially be bad news. I think I want to get Shervala out there. Duarl tries to hit there. And I'll make a copy of Shervala into the deck. This one worked out nicely. Sure, he has the Knife Juggler out there now. 3 cards left in the deck. I think this is looking good. Still needs to figure out how to deal with this Shervala as well. Oh, that's one way. But now there is one secret up. Could be an eye for an eye. Could be another auto defense matrix.
Reporting for duty.
That's my Shrink Ray. But I suppose I'd just play Uther and hit him in the face to figure out if there's an eye for an eye. 2 more cards left. I don't have enough mana because the Spellful Banker costs 5. Just kill him next turn, but that's okay. This is an Uther turn, and I will test for Eye for an Eye. Eye for an Eye is unlikely, but I'll test for it anyway. Not an Eye for an Eye. Okay. Can he deal 33 damage in just a pair of turns? With me having a Shrink Ray here to defend myself, I don't think he can. He has Tarim in that deck. So if there's a very wide board, can it deal enough damage?
Reporting for duty. Reporting for
So there's Tarim and there's Blessing of Kings. Okay. Tarim Blessing of Kings would give him... But I can Shirvala again too. I mean, I could consecrate Flash of Light, play Shirvala and Zola Shirvala back to my hand. And I want to hit... I will need to hit face. I need to hit face first. Now there was the Eye for an Eye. Then I can do Consecration. I can do Flash of Light. I can play the Shirvala. Shirvala can try to attack there. I can bounce the Shirvala. There was an auto defense matrix, so I didn't get any healing from that. But I am at 23. He has 10 over here. He needs 22, so he needs 12 from hand. Leroy plus Blessing of Kings is 10. Leroy plus Blessing of Kings is not enough. I've seen his Eye for an Eye. So even if there's Leroy plus Kings, then that still won't do it.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Or would it with the Knife Juggler? No, it won't. With the Knife Juggler, 3 juggles, 2 to face. There was some percentage chance for him to have it. Interesting. And then we win the game. So Shirvala comes out. And then the banker puts Shirvala back into the deck. And then we Holy Wrath face. I expect this to be the aggro Odd Mage. And I don't even have the coin. So I'm a little bit scared. Aggro it is even Shaman. Even Shaman isn't even that aggro anymore with the loss of Flame Tongue Totem. It just cannot do things as quickly anymore. I'm now of course extremely vulnerable to counter spells because he's on the coin. It's the aggro Odd Mage. I expected nothing less. We'll see what happens here. I do have the Uther, if I survive long enough. I have stuff like Kangor, Flash of Light, but this one's going to be Kirinto Mage into a secret. It's not a Kirinto Mage. Well, that's some consolation, but if the next turn is a Cinderstorm, then that's still bad news. I don't have a whole lot I can do here.
Reporting for duty.
I could have played the Kangor, but I don't want to play the Kangor yet. He didn't have the Kirinto Mage in a secret,
We have many secrets.
but now he does. Oh, he doesn't have a secret. Oh, that's good. Obviously, that's like 8 damage coming in right there. So how do I deal with this? I could draw 2 cards with Novice Engineer Potion of Heroism, or I could draw a minion and a spell with Prismatic Lens. But many of my spells are not that useful. Maybe it's the Novice Engineer and Heroism. Ooh, Pyromancer. Pyromancer could be combined with Heroism. It's still a bit difficult. Another Pyromancer. Well, now I have a lot of Pyromancers. He didn't have any secrets, so I know that much. This would be Cinderstormy turn if there is one. It's good that there's no secrets, but oh, I still need to survive somehow. There is a lot of damage coming in. Down to 15. Now this is Kangor Frazzle Flight, right? I go to 23. I believe so. And then something will have to be done about the Kangor still. I can play top deck Righteous Protector on the way too. So I have a couple of Divine Shielded minions. I've seen 1 Arcane Missiles, no Cinderstorms yet. So obviously if there's a Cinderstorm, that's a big deal. There is a Cinderstorm. That is a big deal. It allows him to push more face damage again. But I can't find anything to defend myself with. Well, that's harsh. Do I have to time out this turn? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Potentially with just 1 Daring Fire, it'll be 13. There can still be more Cinderstorms, more Arcane Missiles. It's tough when this happens. I don't think I can afford to do Pyromancer Lens. I just don't think I can. But I might be able to afford to do Pyromancer Timeout. I don't want to play the Righteous Protector out there if I time out already. I do, because I have another Pyromancer in hand, so if any of those go down to 1 health, that can actually be useful to me. But obviously I'm in a very difficult position. That's where you end up when you draw this poorly. He hasn't drawn any secrets either though, so there is an upside. That's already 7 damage that's coming from there. That's too much, right? So do I need to lens? But what can I even draw from the deck? 2 mana Consecration. I could draw 2 mana Consecration. But I don't. So I died. No, I think I keep the Protector and look for card draw. Double Holy Wrath can kind of kill true Life Stealers, because it's unlikely that Life Stealers get that much healing going. Hunt the Mulligan and everything. Okay. I don't know the archetype, but I would expect this to be a Midrange Hunter. I find a Pyromancer, that's nice. No 1-drop. But there's plenty of stuff that he can play on too. Alright, alright. So far pretty good. The Talnos out there. Get some more card draw. Alright, it's a Midrange Hunter. Next turn, there might be a lot of stuff coming. Crystology. Let's draw another Righteous Protector. I think I'll play it. We'll see. There could be some... Well, he can't really build a huge hyena. More like a medium-sized hyena. Would I just coin Holy Wrath on this? Because Holy Wrath would always kill the wolf. But that would spend my coin. It's the only draw I have available, in addition to the Talnos itself. So that's a tough question. I might go for some Pyromancer combos, but if he has like Scavenging Hyena, then Pyromancer combos are not that great against Hyena. Whereas Big Shirvala might be. I think I'll go for it. I'll Holy Wrath that one. I get to draw a card. And I get to hit him in the face a little bit. Trying to get this Shirvala discounted. But can I keep him at 25 or below? It will be difficult. Alright, then comes the Hyena. It's always the Hyena, isn't it? I probably need to shrink ray that. And kill it with the Talnos. Alright. Shirvala is coming along nicely. But I obviously don't have a Zola, so I don't like banker the Shirvala. Oh, now I'm taking a bit of a hit here. Okay, okay. That can still be fine. 8 cards in hand. We're going for a Prismatic Lens. And 3 mana Crystology. Not exactly what I had in mind.
I will hunt you down.
9 cards in hand. This is a hero power turn. There's no use to play the Kangor out there now. Crystology will draw 2 Novice Engineers. That's guaranteed. But I can't get the Shirvala so that I could Zola it. Ooh, Dire Frenzy is so good there. And the Razormaw. So let's hope he doesn't find Wind Fury at least. That's not Wind Fury, although it does protect it a little bit. So, Consecration into Timeout. 7 mana. Discount the Shirvala. Shirvala is not enough to kill that next turn though. And there will be more of these Thunder Rhinos in the near future as well. Pyro, 7 mana, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, that's still the line. Here's Consecration Timeout. We kill the other minions. I can probably deal with the single Thunder Rhino. Let's stack Rexa. Alright, alright. So lots of big beasts are going to be coming. And this is the problem. Now if I bounce the Shirvala, I'm committed to Holy Wrath OTK. Can I really do it? I mean, I can do Shirvala. I can do Pyro. Because I don't really want to leave this alive. That's the problem. If I do Consecration, if I do Pyro, Kangor, Flash of Light. That's Pyro, Flash of Light, Kangor, Shirvala. Shirvala kills that, and then I Zola the copy of Shirvala back to the hand. This is the line. This puts a lot of minions on the board. I theoretically could have used another Shirvala, but then if he happens to find something poisonous that kills both Shirvalas, that would have been a problem. Scavenging Hyena and Unleash. Alright, alright. And I suppose he has something to kill the Shirvala too. That's the way this play looks like. Flanking strike or something. Our Revenge of the Wild. Alright. Even better, I guess. And then he has... what? He has a Crackling Razormaw for that one. Okay. What more can he find? Bit of a meme approach, but sometimes it works. So now I will have to banker fsCHPwCvYYDDJwCswPcA back into my deck. And we'll see if I can beat this, because I can do Consecration. I can do Consecration. This one goes down to... No, actually it doesn't go down to it. I have to kill it. I have to hit into it first. So both of these hit into it, and it goes down to 2. Then I can Consecrate.
It's time to test your metal.
So this one hits there. And this one hits there. And it goes down to 2. And then I can Consecrate. So that I kill the hyena. And then I need to banker the fsCHPwCvYYDDJwCswPcA for the first time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.